Hi everyone, Paolo here again, and today's book of choice is Blue Ocean Strategy. And I really like this book, and I think you'll learn a lot. So, as usual, I have my 5 key takeaways from the book. So, let's start with the first key takeaway, which is value innovation as we go along. So, the first one is value innovation. The misconception of a lot of people is whenever you develop a strategy, it's about coming up with a differentiated value, meaning increasing the buyer's value or perceived value of your product or reducing cost. Well, and in fact, when you use this blue ocean strategy, it's not about choosing one over the other, but how can you actually do both at the same time, reduce costs, and at the same time increase the perceived value of your product. And that is where value innovation is created, right? So, according to the authors, value innovation is created in the region where a company's actions favorably affect both its cost structure and its value position to its buyers. Again, you're able to decrease the cost and at the same time increase the perceived value in your customer's mind. The second key concept is, the core concepts of the book basically is comparing a red ocean versus a blue ocean. So I created, a quick and easy cheat sheet for us to better understand the difference between a red and a blue ocean. The first one is marketplace. In the red ocean, it's a highly competitive marketplace. A lot of suppliers, a lot of, price cut strategies are being done in that kind of market. However, in the blue ocean market, this is where innovators try to create value. They spot something in the marketplace that has not yet been created yet and create a solution for that. The second one is competition. In the red ocean, companies who compete here always, view their competition as someone they must beat, right? They always, whenever their competitor launches a price discount, they also need to copy that strategy. At the opposite spectrum, in a blue ocean mindset, it's really looking at your competitors as irrelevant, right? Your strategy is not dependent on what your competitor does, but it's really focusing on how you can create value, deeming your competition irrelevant. The third one is demand. So in a marketplace that is red, you try to exploit existing demand. So because of that, it causes friction amongst competitors or current players within that market as you strive to, acquire customers with an already existing market. So it's a lot of price discounts, customer acquisition from your competitors. However, in the blue ocean, it's more of how can you identify who are your non-customers, who can be your customers if you create something new or of value, right? It's about creating and capturing a new market. The fourth one is value cost trade-off. So in a red market, you only need to choose one. It's either your, you focus on optimizing your costs or you focus on differentiating and creating value. However, in blue ocean, it's really about striving for both. It's not a one or option. Rather, you can strive to achieve both. The last one is differentiation versus low cost. Again, it's similar to the fourth one, which is in the red ocean. It's an or. You need to choose one over the other. It's either your low cost strategy or your value differentiation strategy. While in blue ocean, you can pursue both. It can happen that you're low cost, you're keeping your costs low, and at the same time, you're able to differentiate and create new value, perceived value from your buyers. So again, that's a short differentiation between the red ocean and the blue ocean. The third key nugget of wisdom is the 4 actions framework. It's about creating a new market, right? So, what are the key questions you need to ask yourself for you to discover a blue ocean and create a new value curve? So, the first one is identify an industry and ask yourself what can you eliminate? Which factors in the industries which factor in the industry takes for granted that should be eliminated. I'll give an example later. The second one is reduce. Which factor should be reduced well below industry standard? The third one is create. Which factor should be created, which the industry never offered? And lastly is the raise. Which factor should be raised well above industry standard? To better understand this key concept is I'll give an example highlighted by the book, which is Yellowtail. So Yellowtail is a famous wine brand and has been really successful and shipped and is available worldwide. And they follow this four actions framework. The first one is the eliminated, right? The terminologies and the above the line marketing, mainly because is based on their understanding is not a lot of people are that well versed in terms of the different wine variants, varieties, right? So they removed all the jargon and they removed all the above the line marketing. The second one is they reduced the wine complexity and the wine range, right? So haven't we all been in a spot where we go to a fancy restaurant and there's a lot of wine options to choose from? So rather than be overwhelmed by the decisions on which wine to choose, Yellowtail only focus on two kinds of wine: the red wine and the white wine. The third one is race. So they can, because they were able to differentiate in value, they were also able to raise their price a bit versus budget wines, but at the same time maintaining good quality. And lastly is create. They created a new market that has the untapped market, those casual drinkers of alcoholic beverages. So they changed the mindset wherein wine drinkers should only drink it at a fancy restaurant. So they also attracted casual drinkers who exchange, beer to wine instead, right? So because of this four action framework, Yellowtail was able to create a new market and has amassed a massive, massive success globally. The fourth key lesson is three characteristics of good strategy. It's focus, divergence, and compelling tagline. To better highlight that is the strategy highlighted by Southwest Airlines, right? So focus. When they're one of the profitable airlines as compared to their peers who have focused on cost cutting and whatnot. So they were able to carve a new market, a blue ocean, by following this strategy. Focus. They focused on offering a friendly service, speed of their offerings, and frequent flight point-to-point departures. Because of this, a lot of people were able to fly, at the same time have more flight options, and they were able to keep the cost low. The second one is divergence. So uh, they shifted from the common strategy of most airlines, wherein it's a hub and spoke system, wherein they had a centralized dispatch area or airport for all their planes. And then Southwest moved to a more point-to-point between mid-sized cities. So what this means is they're able to save on gas. They're able to often offer more frequent flights because of this divergence of business strategy. And the last one is for you to have a good strategy is you need to have a compelling tagline. So their tagline is, low cost, low fares, nothing to hide. That's transparency. So the play of words, right? So they focus on having low cost, no frills, as long as we, get you from your point of origin to point of destination. So that's a summary of three characteristics of good strategy. The last one is disproportionate influence. So whenever you have a blue ocean strategy, it would fall useless if you don't get support internally. So how can you fast track getting support? And there's what he calls the disproportionate influence. So there's strategy one is kingpin mindset. You identify in your organization who are the most influential people. Once you identify these people, you follow a fishbowl management system. Basically, like a fishbowl, you constantly monitor them and put the spotlight on these kingpins to monitor their achievement. So because of this, they feel like they're being monitored. They are, motivated to deliver results. The third one is atomization of goals. So rather than, you know, uh, announce an ambiguous goal, try to break it down into small, bite-sized pieces so the rest of the organization will easily absorb and understand. So lastly, it's leveraging on angels, meaning, work with the people who have most to gain with the shift in strategy while silencing the devils, while, paying close attention to those people who may lose the most with this change of strategy and address their concerns. So these are the strategies to get disproportionate influence to ensure that you implement your strategy to your entire company. So again, those are my 5 key takeaways. I hope you love this book. I do it every Sunday. So that's Blue Ocean Strategy. If you like this summary, feel free to go on to follow my page in youtube.com. Search Paulo Balinas. I summarize, 23 books. This is my 23rd book summary. And there are a lot of other business, nonfiction, self-help books there. You'll definitely like it. So stay tuned. See you again next Sunday. Thank you and have a great day.